Welcome students. This is the first part of the topic branching instructions of 8085 microprocessor. In this video, you will study about the branching instructions, its classification and jump instructions in detail. Most importantly, I will show you how to write an assembly program to arrange a set of numbers in ascending or descending order. And then I will tell you the important concepts and frequently asked questions from the topic. So students, please watch the video completely and thoroughly and do not forget to subscribe the channel for more contents. Let's start with the topic. Branching instructions are the most powerful instructions of microprocessor. Why? Because microprocessor is a sequential machine and these instructions can change the sequence of a program. Let's see its classification. It is classified into 4 groups. The jump instructions are used where you want to execute loop type program. Call and return. These instructions are associated with the subroutines programming. And then RST, it stands for restart. These instructions are associated with the interrupts. This video is dedicated to the jump instruction. So let's start with the unconditional jump instruction. Unconditional jump. This instruction enables the programmer to set up the continuous loops. So let's see the opcode. It is JMP. The operand is 16-bit address. JMP instruction is used to transfer the control of the program to a memory location which is specified in the instruction or provided by the microprocessor, or it can be given by the some extra hardware. This is 3-byte instruction where the first byte is for opcode, second byte is the lower 8-bit memory address and third one is the higher 8-bit memory address. So students, note the point, you have to provide first the lower order memory address and then higher order memory address. Let's see an example. I am assuming that program is starting from the location 2000 hex. The instruction is in 00 hex. So by writing this instruction, it means that microprocessor is taking input from the port 0 and then out 01 hex. It means that microprocessor is providing output at port 1. And if I am writing jump and this memory location 2000, it means that this sequence will continue in loop and it keeps on jumping and taking input from the port 0 and giving output at the port 1. One more thing is, student, you can write some label over here because while writing the program you don't know the exact location where to jump. So you can write a label or name, and for that you have to give this label at this address also. But you cannot use both address and label at the same time. Either of them will be used in the programming. There are various applications of jump instruction. You can use this instruction where you want to generate the continuous waveform or in printers, etc. Now let's see the conditional jump instructions. These instruction allows the microprocessor to make decision of transferring the sequence of the program based on certain conditions indicated by the flags. Students, note the point that before the conditional jump instruction, there must be some logical or arithmetic instruction is executed, because after that flags will be updated and you can check the condition of the flag, and based on that the microprocessor decide where to jump or not to jump. If the condition is satisfied, then it will jump. Otherwise, it will continue to execute the next instruction. As you can see in the list of the opcode, for every flag there are 2 jump instructions. So first, JC and JNC, these are associated with the carry flag. If the carry flag is 1, then jump if carry. If the carry flag is 0, then jump if no carry. Same for the sign flag. If the result is positive, then jump if positive. And if the sign is 1, it means the jump if minus, and for parity, jump if parity is even, jump if parity is odd, and for zero flag, jump if 0 and jump if result is not 0. So these are the opcodes for the conditional jump, and operand is same 16-bit address. So if the condition is false, it means the condition is not satisfied, then it requires only 2 machine cycles and 70 states. If the condition is true, then it requires 3 machine cycles and 10 T states. So the jump instructions are better understand with the example. So let's see the example of how to arrange a set of numbers in ascending order. Write an ALP to arrange a set of 3 numbers in ascending orders. For this, students, let's first understand the process of arranging the numbers in ascending order. Here I am assuming that the size of the set is stored at the location 2000. So this is the memory location, and here I will write the data. After that, we have 3 numbers in consecutive locations. So 2001 is holding our first number, let it be 01. 2002 is holding second number, let it be 07. And the final location is 2003, let it be 5. So these are our 3 numbers, and we want to arrange these numbers in ascending order. So how can you do this? First you will compare these 2 numbers, and for comparison you will use instruction CMP M. Why M, not any other register? Because we want to access the memory locations. So how this instruction is executed? It will subtract the contents of the memory location from the accumulator contents. And if the number is, if M is greater than accumulator, then there will be a carry. Otherwise, if number is smaller than accumulator, then there will be no carry. So I will use jump if carry instruction. For this I am taking the first number into the accumulator and second number at the memory location. While comparing these 2 numbers, you can see that there will be a carry because memory location content is greater than accumulator. And for this, what will you do? You will do nothing. You have to just decrease the counter. There must be some counter. So decrease the counter. Why the counter is used? Because we are going to make comparison between the numbers. So that comparison numbers will be saved in some register, and that register will be called as counter. So you will check whether the counter value is 0 or not. If the counter value is 0, then your numbers are arranged in the ascending order. If it is not 0, then you have to once again check whether next number is greater or smaller than the previous number. So in this case, you can see that we have just compared only the 2 numbers, and now the second step where I will compare the rest 2002 and 2003 hex memory locations content. So you can see that if I will take this 07 into the accumulator in the next step and 05 hex into the memory location, and then I will perform this comparison instruction, what will happen? There will be no carry because the this 05 number is smaller than 07. In that case, what you will do? You have to swap the number because we want to arrange in ascending order. For swapping, you have to store this 07 into 2003 location and 05 into this 2002 location. But swapping is not so simple. For swapping, what will you do? For swapping, you need to first save the memory content into some other register, because if you directly copy this accumulator content into the memory location content, then this number will be vanished. So first save this number into some register and then copy the contents of the accumulator into this memory location. Up to this point, let me write the program and then I will go on the further next steps. So the first step is where I will take the size of the set into some register. For this I will use instruction LXI H 2000 hex, because this is our memory location where the size of the set is stored. And I will copy this number into a register B, and by using this instruction the HL will be loaded with 2000 hex memory location, and register B will be copied with 03. This is the size of the set of data. And then I will decrease the register B content, because we have to perform only 2 comparison. Okay, so this register B will be our counter. After decreasing the counter, now we need to perform the comparison between first and second number. So let's first take the first number into register A. For this I will increment the HL, because this is our first location where the first number of the set of data is stored. And then I will take that number into the accumulator. So by this the accumulator has 01, which is the first number of the data, set of data. This is the first number. And once again I will increment the memory pointer to take the second number. Now at this point memory location has the second number, which is 07. So this is our second number. And now I will perform the comparison operation. While comparing these two numbers, you will have carry. So I am using jump if carry instruction to a location. Since I don't know the exact memory location, that's why I am using a label, and I will write next. So I am writing here. So it will jump to the point where I will decrease the counter value. Okay, now the register B is holding 01. Okay, after decreasing the counter, I will check whether the counter value is 0 or not. Okay, if it is not 0, it means you have to perform one more comparison. That's why I am using jump if no 0. It means value is not 0, and go back to the program to perform the next comparison. So where will it jump? It will jump over here to take this second number into the accumulator, and after this accumulator has 07, which is the second number, and then I will take the third number into the memory register. For this, increment the HL pointer. Now HL value is 2003, and in this way now the M has the third number, and once again the comparison is performed. But now in this case you will have no carry, because this memory content is smaller than the accumulator content, and we have to perform the swapping action. So as you remember, in swapping action you have to first store the memory content into some register. For this I am taking a register E, move E comma M. In this way register E is holding the third number, which is 05, and then I will copy the second number, which is the 07, into the location 2003 for the swapping. So memory is pointing to 2003 and accumulator is holding the largest number, this is 07. So in this way now memory register has 07, which is the largest number, and now store this 05 into the location 2002. For this, once again I will decrease the pointer, and here the HL is now pointing to the 2002, and then I will save the register E value into the memory register, and m is now 0, 5. Okay, after saving the second smallest number into the memory location 2002, once again you have to increment the memory pointer. Why? Because we have to point the next location, that is a 2003. Okay, so in this way we have done with the programming, but students, note the point that this program is fine for where we have to perform only straight away comparison. Straight away means we have to just compare this and this. But the case will be different when you will change the set of data in this way. Like if I am writing now 07, 05 and then 01. In this set of data, first you will perform the comparison between these two numbers, and yes, swapping is required because we want to arrange in ascending order. So after the swapping, the 05 will be here and then 07, and then once again the second number and the third number is to be compared, and you have to again perform the swapping. So after swapping, so these are the location of the data, but yet the program is not completed because here in the first location you have 05 and in the second location you have 01. So one more swapping is to be performed. If there is a swapping, it means there is a chance that your data is not arranged. Okay, so we have to find out that whether there is a swapping or not. So let's see. If you want to check that whether the swapping is occurred in the program or not, I will define a register, let it be MVI D, and initializing it with the 8-bit number FF hex, and this is our swapping section. Here I perform the swapping. So if swapping is not performed, then this instruction will make the program to jump to this point where you will just check the counter, and then the counter value, if it is 0, then the halt. But if it is swapped, then write some instruction over here to check the swapping, and I am writing decrement D. In this way, this is our swapping section. I will write here the swapping section, and I am writing decrement D. So now D is holding FE hex. Okay, so now check in the main program that whether the swapping is performed or not. For this I am taking this D value into the accumulator and comparing whether the register D value is changed or not. For this I am using instruction CPI. So what it will do, CPI instruction, it will subtract the FF hex from accumulator value. So if the value is same, then there will be 0 in the result. It means 0 flag will be 1. Otherwise it will, if there is a swapping, it means there will be no 0. And in this case you have to repeat the whole operation once again. So that's why I am using instruction JNZ. JNZ repeat. And once again the total program will run. And some point when all the swapping is done, this jump if carry instruction make it the program to jump over here, and the value of the register B will be 0, and it will comes out from the program. So this is the program where you want to arrange the 3 numbers in ascending order. Or now it is not specific for only 3 numbers, you can arrange any set of numbers in ascending order. What for the descending order, if you want to arrange them descending order, you have to just make a simple difference by changing this instruction to JNC next. Okay, so JNC next is the just simple change to make this program from ascending to descending order arrangement. Now let's see the important concepts from the topic. In jump instructions, it transfers the program control to the specified location, and it can be specified by the 16-bit address or the label if you don't know the exact address. There are two types of jump instructions, conditional and unconditional. In the conditional jump, the condition of the flag is tested. If it is true, then it will jump, otherwise it will execute with the next instruction. Except the auxiliary carry flag, every flag is checked in conditional jump instructions, and all flags remain unaffected using jump instructions. Now let's see the frequently asked questions from the topic. The first one is, suppose there is a class of 10 students, arrange students in descending order of their heights, assume the required data. Next is, write an ALP to find out the smallest number among the set of 5 numbers. The size of set is stored at 204F hex location, and thereafter are the 5 numbers in consecutive locations. Assume the required data. So the jump instructions along with the comparison instructions, you can use it in arranging some set of numbers, data, or to find out the smallest or the largest number. I hope you liked the video. So please subscribe the channel for more contents, and if you have any queries regarding microprocessor 8085, 8086, microcontroller 8051, VLSI design, VLSI EDA tools, analog electronics, digital electronics, etc., you can write me in the comment section, or you can mail me. My mail ID is given in the description of the video. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.